Hello, hello, and welcome everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let's get us live over here on Instagram in just a second. There we go. How is everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's been another fabulous week. Hopefully everybody, excuse me, is staying warm and that the cold weather has passed for you. I know for some of us it's still around. Some of us it's finally passing, but great stitching weather. Let me see if we can get us over here on Instagram. There we go. Let me turn the volume down first. Okay, here we are. Hey, everybody. It's so great to have you. I'm trying to figure out, I guess I need to move a little bit this way to be able to stay in the thing. Okay, did that work? No, I don't know. Trying to figure this out. It hasn't come up over here on Instagram and here. Anyway, hi, everybody. As promised, my sweater is finished for today. This week, I'm so excited. Okay, almost finished. I finished it last night, but I didn't weave in my ends. But guys, guess what? Nobody sees me. Well, except for you guys. I'm here in my office, so I can live with my ends not woven in until tonight. Happy Wednesday, everybody coming in and joining. It is great to have you here. Again, just remember that if I'm seeing your handle, I don't know your name, so tell us where you're from, or you can say your name. I can see Francis is here. Hi, Fran from New Jersey. Great to have you. But I'm so excited about my sweater and that it's done. It is so warm. It is just really great. This is with 12 fingering and our aloft held double. And I feel like there's like a piece that got into my eye here. Hold on. I know I'm going to look weird without my glasses, but sorry, there's a little bit of fiber floating around from this. It still needs to be blocked, but I will do that today. Again, I got it finished last night. I stayed up late to get it done because I needed to have it done. So it needs a good blocking yet. I'll just soak it and then let it, air dry and kind of get all of the stitches to loosen up and everything. But I'm loving it. It is so warm. I also wore a sweater from Lola Crochet, and I did it in our alpaca cloud. Guys, that is so amazingly warm and soft. I'm so excited to wear this one with how warm this is going to be. Aw, thank you, Francis or Fran. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I were to make it again, the one thing I shouldn't say that until I finish blocking it, because when I did block my swatch, it did open a little bit, so I'm going to do it. My only non-complaint right now is I just wish the sleeves were maybe that much longer. It seems to kind of come up a little bit, but again, I have to block it, so I can't give full commentary yet. But I love it. I love it so much. It is so soft and so nice. I'm so excited. But yes, hi Sam from Manchester. Hi from Arkansas. Hi from Quebec. Hi Alicia from Texas. It is great to have you guys all here today. So what we're doing in the month of February is we want to take a moment to pause, and we want to take a moment to recognize that there are mistakes in crochet, if you want to call it that, or mishaps that happen along the way, and it's okay. And I really feel like I need to say hi, my name is Katelyn. I've been crocheting for over 15 years, and it has been one day since my last mistake or issue in a pattern. Actually, with this pattern here, or this Rwana that I did. This was the Michelle Moore pattern, crocheted Rwana, the granny stitch Rwana. It is done in our Satora line, the brand new yarn line that we came out. And as you can see, it uses that 3 double crochet cluster for the granny stitch. And there's at least 1 or 2 maybe of the granny stitch clusters that have 4 stitches in it instead of the 3 that it calls for. And you know what? It's okay. It's not perfect. It has a little bit of love stuck in there for anybody who wants to go and find it. Go ahead, have fun. I will say, though, that I did make a mistake on one of the edge rows when I was working this. And the way that you work it is 1 row, you have a cluster at the last stitch. 1 row, you have just a double crochet at the last stitch. And I skipped a cluster. That I did rip back 5 rows on. So that was going to be way too noticeable to put on the ribbing and everything here. So I did rip that back, but the ones where there's multiple stitches in the cluster, let it go. I will also say that in this sweater, there are a couple mistakes in terms of stitch counts, especially around the sleeve when I was first starting and you join here. You have to, I forget what the number was. Yeah, every now and then, well, not every now and then. Once in the sleeve, I was off by one stitch. I just added a stitch in and we kept going. It's under here somewhere. You're never going to see it. Nobody's going to know. If you are looking at my sweater that closely, we need to have a talk. You are way too much in my personal space. But yeah, so it happens. What I would love is if you guys could share in the comments some of your crochet mishaps that have happened. Have you fixed it? Have you left them in there? What is kind of your motto when it comes to that? How do you feel about fixing the mistakes that you might potentially make? If it comes to gauge, it needs to be fixed, in my opinion. Like that is one of the things, whether or not you're doing a gauge swatch, you should be measuring your gauge, especially in a garment while you're making it then. That is something that I feel needs to be corrected if it's changing along the way, or else you're going to have one part that's tighter, one part that's bigger, and it's not going to be quite right. I'll be honest, my gauge between my two sleeve cuffs is slightly off. This one's a little bigger, this one's a little smaller. I debated going back and trying to fix it, but then I said, you know what? With this yarn, it is a nightmare to frog because of the mohair, and it is not that far off. So I'm wearing it today. I will go ahead and block it and just double check everything. Excuse me, but my plan is to just let it go. A lot of times the plan is just to let it go because it's okay. And nobody is going to know except for me. Hi, Louise from Quebec. It is great to have you. Oh, maybe I said hi to you. Sorry. I'm trying to keep up with all the comments as they come through and everything. Hi, Cindy from North Carolina. It's great to have you. I would love for you guys to throw in there into the chat your complications that you've had, or maybe you have a question about a mistake or what you consider a mistake that you're currently working through right now. We'd love to chat about it and see what you guys have been working on. But yeah, it happens all the time. And again, my personal preference is if it's one stitch, you can fluff it usually, and you can either decrease or add a stitch or whatever else, and you can still make it work. Hi, Jessica from Quebec. Oh, we've got two people from Quebec. I'm sure it's cold there. At least I think so, because it's been cold here and you're further north, so it's always colder up there. Trying to stay warm. Great time to be using your crochet pieces right now to keep warm and snuggly. Yeah. So let me know. I know I have to now find my next project. This was the big project I was working on. Kind of threw this one in there just because I needed something small to take with us for something that I didn't have to think about. I didn't have to count. Well, I had to count how many rows, but that was it. Like, I didn't have to think of a stitch count or figuring out what I was doing and things like that. Um, Jessica, sorry about that, says making a pullover right now. That's awesome. What weight yarn are you using? Can you share the pattern that you're making with us? We'd love to know. But yeah, I've got to figure out what my next project is. I mean, I've got like 3 waiting for me, but I have to decide which one I want to pick up and start. I know I've mentioned this before. I still have a cardigan that I started a long time ago, and I just have to add sleeves to it, but I don't know what I want to do. And I took the approach of, oh, I'll just wing it and I'll be able to figure something out. And well, yeah, of course, the body of the cardigan was easier. I just used a granny square like floral motif thing to it, but now I have to figure out the sleeves on my own. Not as smart of a choice as I had thought it was going to be, but that's okay. I will figure it out. Maybe that'll be next as I kind of figure out where I want to go. Working on a granny hexagon cardi right now when I can't decide what to work on. Yeah. I totally get that. I do love a good hexy granny cardigan. I did one. It was a Make and Do Crew pattern. I can't remember which one it was called, but I actually used our Swish pops for it. And then I picked a solid swish. That's the DK version, a solid swish to do the ribbing for the cuff for around the cardigan and around the bottom to add a little extra length. You had to add another panel to it type of thing. And so I did that all with a solid color. It looks amazing. I've worn it a couple times before. I'll have to bring it up and show you guys again. But it's so nice. Again, not as much thinking about it when you're just working kind of that same stitch over and over. Hi from Chicago. Great to have you here. Samantha says, still making the cardigan and pocket shawl from MJ's Off the Hook, Falling for Suzette collection. I love them. Yes, that was a beautiful collection that she has going on. Jessica said, it's a pattern. I'm winging it. I'm using Cascade yarn, medium for weight. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. I love that. So speaking of winging it, I found a beautiful shawl that I love. And it is a rectangular shawl. It has just regular like double crochet stitches to it. And then it has this beautiful, beautiful border on the one edge. And I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know, this is beautiful, but will I ever really wear a shawl? I don't know. It's not necessarily my thing to throw a shawl on where I'll throw like a little cardigan on or something. And then I started thinking, similar to this, what if I did the shawl, since it's a rectangular shawl, twice and seam it up the back? And then I could make myself like a little Rwana type of thing, like open on the side, but just to go over my shoulders to keep me warm. So that might be happening. I don't know. I don't know. Molly says from Minnesota, making Mary mushroom top out of Brava. Yes. Okay, so for Brava, she's asking wet block or steam block. Brava is 100% acrylic. I will not do like a wet block like I would for a natural fiber where I soak it and then, you know, not squeeze, but like press out the water and then lay it flat to dry. Usually with my Brava projects, what I do is I throw them in the wash machine because that is what is recommended for the yarn. And so that is what I do with it. I throw it in the wash machine. You can throw it in the dryer. I typically only put it in on like the air fluff drying for a little bit, and then I'll lay the rest of it out to kind of air dry with like a fan on it or something. But I do not wet block it. You can steam, but be very, very careful. Especially if you're using an iron to do your steaming, you do not want to get that heat too close to the fibers because it will melt it. Because it's acrylic, that can happen, and it happens pretty quickly. So you just have to be really careful with the steaming. I would recommend a steamer as opposed to using like the steam function on your iron, and just do it really kind of slowly in spurts to try to get things to relax a little bit. But yeah, a lot of times I just kind of throw it in the wash machine and wash it that way, since that's how I'm going to care for it when I need to wash it in the future. So I just do that right from the beginning. Oh, yeah. Okay, so can I petition to add some sparkly yarn to the lineup? The world is gloomy. We need some sparkle. That is a great comment. I will make sure to pass that along to our yarn team and see what they can come up with in the next year. Okay, so design for Minnesota, a moody octopus and scarf to break things up. I love it. Or break up thinking. It's a dark black gray and the tension is perfect. Ribbing in single crochet, Jessica, that is amazing in black. Another Quebec. Oh, nice to see you. Yes, sparkle, please. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely bring that up and see what we can do, or maybe even bring in, I know, I can't think of the brand right now, but it's like a really thin thread almost with the sequins in it, and the thread is a little bit sparkly, that you could hold double with something very similar to this, like where you have the twill, and you can't even really see it, but it's two strands. It's the twill and then the aloft that are held together. You could totally do that. Maybe we can get some of that to at least hold us over until we would be able to bring something in. Yeah, with Stelina. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll let them know. We'll see what they can do. I can't make any promises. I'm not in charge of that, but I can always pass the message along. Yeah, so your projects all sound amazing. I do have to figure out what I'm gonna do next. I'm like looking around for like some inspiration and I just don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, before I forget, because I almost did. We have Valentine's Day coming up. Whether or not you celebrate Valentine's Day, that is your choice, your prerogative, whatever you want to do. But in the spirit of Valentine's, we brought in a super special snap bag that you can get over on the crochet.com website. It is a limited time run and it has a little heart that hangs off the snap bag that you put your darning needles in. It is a pinkish red color, I guess more red than pink. And then it's got little dots on it. You definitely want to check it out. Let me see. I should have grabbed this link really quick. And then see, I was just forgetting things this morning. But guess what? We're going to bring it, have it right here. Let me put this in the chat. So I'm going to put it in the chat here for Facebook and YouTube. If you are on Instagram, you can go in onto the website and you can search for Snap and it should come up. I mean, officially it's called Valentine Big Bottom Snap. If you want to search it. Oh, yay, you have it in your cart already, hoping to snag it soon. Yeah, you definitely want to get it. We do not have a ton of them available. I know we launched it over on the Jimmy Beans website as well. They are almost sold out. They did get a much smaller quantity than we have over on the crochet.com site, but still, it's not going to last super, super long. We only really bought enough if things sell at like a regular pace for less than 6 months of inventory. So again, if you want it, you want to grab it and grab it sooner than later so that you don't miss out on it because it is great. It is super cute. Let me see. Maybe I can pull this up on the screen to show you guys what it looks like. I always kind of forget which one it is. Oh, there we go. See if I share my screen. And then I want to select this one. That's it. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring it up here. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is the Delicue Big Bottom Snap bag. It is just so cute in this red color. It's got the snaps at the top, like always. It's got this really cute little heart over here that you have your darning needles in. It's got the great little strap for you to take it with you. So you can either put extra yarn in this, put your whole project in it, or whatever else you want to do, but definitely check it out. Snag it now because it is a limited time item and then it's gone. So yeah, I hope you guys get it. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Okay. I know we're getting close here to the end. So I don't know if anybody else has anything else of a mistake that they've kind of come up with, what else you're working on, or anything else. Just here to chat. I kind of wish I had a project that I was working on, but I'm done. I finished. So yeah, I have been working on actually little granny squares that I just kind of sit if I ever have like 5 minutes, to work on something. Eventually, they're going to get all put together into like a big scrappy blanket. And I've just been doing granny squares instead of like stripes because it's just easier if I have or want to take something with me. I can just take one of my little scrap balls of yarn and then make it up. Good early morning from Australia. Yes, I did talk about this sweater. Hold on. I got to get the right name for this. The pattern just came out. We actually were talking about it last week. Audrey. Sorry, so many names on here. Audrey was on last time and she was talking about this. It is called, hopefully I'm saying this right, the Lilas sweater. It's Lilas sweater. And so you can go ahead and you can search for it on Ravelry and things like that. It is now available. It's amazing. I don't remember what yarn it was made in, but we worked together and I was able to do a sample of it. Again, this is with our twill fingering and our aloft mohair held double. Audrey did her original one in like a tan color, and then we worked together, and I can't remember which was which, but she did a blue, I want to say she did blue twill and a pink aloft and held it together, and it made this beautiful color combination that was just absolutely amazing. Amazing. And so when I did mine, I went with like the icy color of aloft and the jade color of twill fingering. And to me, it just kind of helped. I know it kind of still looks bright on the screen because it's whatever, but it definitely helped tone down that jade color. That is a fairly bright color, but it allowed me to have my teal. I love teal. Teals and purples are my thing. And yeah, so it's really great. You have to go check out the pattern. Again, it's brand new. Go check it out. It's the Lilas, I think that's how you say it. It's Lilas sweater. Go check it out. You're going to love it. It's so cozy. It is so, so great. Oh, did you see the teal and purple together? Was it teal or was it blue? I can't remember what color exactly she did hers in. I know it was a pink. Maybe it was purple. It's been a while. I try to remember, but there's so much going on all of the time, and I can't always remember. I'm lucky I know what this was made out of, right? But yeah. So anyway, thank you. Oh yes, the royal blue. There's so many great colors that people did. And also, if you take a look at the pattern and what the testers had all done, some people did not do the mohair and a yarn held double. They went with, I think, just a regular DK yarn. And so that's totally an option too. I just really liked the fuzz factor for the winter and being able to have a lot of that warmth and everything. So I went as the pattern instructed to do the two together. And it's got this really great detail that you can see here. And then it runs down the side over here with like a little paneling down both sides with just some post stitches. Like it's really simple stitches, but it's the way that they're combined that just make it look really beautiful and like really high end and everything else like that. So definitely check it out. Start making your sweater. It really did not take me that long. It took me longer because we got a little sick over the holiday. And so I did put it down for a little bit of time. I just didn't have it in me to do it. But once you start working on it, it does go really quickly. So yeah. All right, I got to pick up my next project and I'll let you guys know what I'm working on next time. But yeah, I got to find out what I'm going to do next. That's always like the worst, like in between. Maybe I'll pick up that sweater, the cardigan I was working on, and try to figure out the sleeves. Maybe. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful week. We will be back here next Wednesday. If you have a suggestion for something you want to do on a crochet chat in the future, please let me know. We do have a couple weeks here in the beginning of the year where we don't have a ton of guests as people kind of slow down on what they were doing, and then we get back into things. So again, if there's anything you want to chat about, let me know. And yeah, we can try to fill it in here. I love it simple. I love it. Simple is always best. I would definitely check it out. Thank you. Yes. Check out this sweater. It is amazing. You're going to love it. You're never going to want to take it off. I never want to take it off. So yeah. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Until then, happy stitching, everybody, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.